Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is my March favorite video. As you know, or most of you know, I was away in Thailand for a month, and I was forced in a way to play with very few decks this month, which is actually quite lovely because I chose to take with me the Soma tarot deck, and this was the deck that I played with the most. So as my March favorite video, I thought I will also do like a Soma review, and I want to show you the deck and tell you how I used it. Maybe you find it inspiring. So the Soma deck you can buy in the NZ Grail shop. I will link the website below. It comes with this symbol handbook by Pamela Matthews, but it is a book that you have to buy separately, and it's quite expensive. It's about $40. The new version of the book has better paper and colorful reproductions of the cards. Soma deck is a deck that comes in this box, starry box. Mike Booth and Pamela Matthews met in 2002, and this meeting kind of resulted in the birth of this deck. You can choose on their website the deck which has either the bottles on the back or a Soma logo, which looks like this. If you choose the bottles, you get, like, you know, the Soma system with it. So in a way, if you're interested in color and stuff, I would recommend you to pick the bottles. But when you shuffle, you kind of always see different colors, so I kind of tend to close my eyes if I just want to pick something by random. So there are always pluses and minuses about this. It comes with this little white book, which, you know, here we don't get too much information about the history and stuff like this. We just know that these guys met, and then Pamela just drew she was fascinated with Soma, worked with it, and she drew pictures representing kind of each bottle and combined it with a tarot system. And what's new about this deck is that it doesn't have 78 cards, it has more cards. It has 114 cards right now, and I think it's going to be stopped at this. And actually the card 113 and 114 is not even kind of in the deck, and they just send it to you as a gift. But I think they decided, which I understand from the business perspective, to stop adding cards to the deck, just because you constantly have to reprint the books. And even, you know, in this little booklet they finished at 99, and then all the Archangels cards are kind of just added at the end of it. So right now I have 114 cards, but you can skip the Archangel cards, which maybe I show you first. So these are like additional cards of Archangels, just because the bottles exist. So Pamela just felt maybe drawn to, you know, like represent the bottles in cards, and these are beautiful cards. All of them are described in the book. You can get information about these Archangels and what they can be, you know, representative of. But to be honest, I was using the whole deck with the Archangels, but I think I'm going to skip the Archangels for readings. I'm not sure yet 100%, but I love this one. But it just seems like too much, and sometimes when you ask quite regular questions, you get these humongous energies as the answer, and I don't know, I wasn't quite sure how to read with them. So in the book you have descriptions of all the Archangels, and you can see the color of the bottle, the name of the angel. It kind of describes the pictures a lot. That's the descriptions of the book, and then it gives you the symbols that I used on the cards and suggested meanings. And these meanings are very helpful. The symbols, of course, as well, but most of them you probably would know. And you can just take a look what the book is saying about the Archangels. And each one is kind of the same Not too much information, just description of how it was portrayed on the card, suggested meaning and symbols used on the card. So this book has also like one colorful page. I mean, as I said, the new version of the book is colorful already. And my favorite card. So not too much information, as you can see, just introduction, and you go straight into the cards. And it's the same. Each card has name, the bottle which is used on the back. If it's the major arcana, it has the representation of the outward and return journey. I just tell you in a sec about it. Suggested meanings, Kabbalah path, and symbols. So that's the whole book. The tarot has, as I said, more cards, and that is because, for example, the major arcanas are built or like are shown in two ways. There is the full, the 22 major arcanas outward and the 22 major arcanas return. How I understand it and how I kind of tried to use it, it still can change, but that's how I did it until now. The outward journey of the full was the journey we are on when we individuate. So obviously throughout our whole lives, but we have moments in life when we, you know, get something, get a lesson, understand something, get to another level, and see from another perspective. And so this would be like a realized set of major arcanas, and this one would be like the seeker's set of major arcanas. So if I pull something from the outward set, I would think like, oh, I have to work with this energy, and when I pick a card from the return set, I would kind of, it would give me an indication that I'm doing this energy quite well, that I'm quite aware of it and maybe mastered it in some way, if this makes sense. So here you see the outward, so the one which you're still striving to achieve the return archetype of. So maybe I just, so this is, I just show you two full cards, and then the bottles, of course, magicians, High Priestess, Empress, Emperor, Hierophant, my favorite card, Lovers, and the Chariot, Justice, the Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Death, Temperance, the Devil. I love these cards. The Star, oops, the Star, the Tower. So outward when just disaster happens, and return when you work with the changes, create the changes like alchemically. The Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the Universe. So these were the major arcanas, and I just mixed them all together. So now let's show you the cups, and then the minors just come regularly, so no additions, no minus, and so on. It's just normal. And so this is one of my favorite cards too. This is actually this bottle, number 50. So this is Master El Moria. Two of Cups, and it's very kind of Rider-Waite based, but you can obviously see that it's very spiritual, very energetic, charged energetically, and obviously not for everybody, for every reading or every client you have. Very good deck for self-evolution, for self-exploration. A good deck to read instinctively, intuitively, because there is a lot of information in the cards to draw on from, but also not just a deck to be explored. It takes probably a long time, and I'm definitely still in the beginning of the journey to explore this deck. These are the court cards, so it's normal pages, knights, queens, and kings. This is Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Alchemical, Three of Pentacles. So it's a little bit different to Rider-Waite-Smith, but you know, the main structure is Rider-Waite-Smith. Six. Oh, my least favorite card. Does this card even go with this deck? But at the same time, I actually have to really pay attention to it because I feel so freaked out by it, don't like it. So maybe it's something in my shadow as well. And 9. So if you see, the pentacles are very like Kabbalistic, sacred geometry. Page, Knight, Queen, and King. So Ace, Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page, Knight, Queen, and King of Wands. In Swords, they kind of took away the negative connotations, but they put all the Ascended Masters into the sword suit. And what's interesting, I think you can see it as like mastering the sword suit in a way. So I'll just show you actually the back. So this is Call, and that's just to give you a sense of how the backs look. So Two of Swords, Mahakohan, this is like a teacher, Three of Swords. So you can see where they're coming from. Four of Swords, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So rather, you know, that focus on the negative aspect of the swords, they kind of like took a high horse perspective. Knight, Lady Nada, Queen, and put to me King of Swords. I think I skipped the Hangman because I took it out, so I'll just show you the Hangman outwards, the regular one, and a return. He actually turned around. So that's it, my friends. This is the Soma Tarot. You can also play with this book. It actually shows each of the bottle, gives you the card name, gives you positive aspects. It's quite psychologically and spiritual. Personality aspect that can be worked on. All the levels the card can be seen in the bottle. So the physical as well. Where to apply, affirmation, and distinctive qualities. So the book also doesn't have all the cards, but it has all the tarot cards, I think, so you'll be just fine if you want to use it for tarot deck. Thank you so much for watching, and I speak to you soon. Bye!